Today is 2024, and what better way than starting the new year off with a video?
You know quantum computers, you know blockchain, but do you know both together? Dynex was the first platform to create a neuromorphic supercomputing blockchain-based algorithm which solves real-world problems. And the best part? Anyone can post a job, whether a company from the Global 2000, a machine learning job, or fintech and pharmaceutical. And if you don't want to program it yourself, get an expert directly at the marketplace. Run the job and be impressed by the fast result.
Okay, so I was just watching Red Panda's video. He was talking about his 2024 goals, and I said, you know what? He gave us a shout out in it. Why don't I do the same thing? So that's what we're gonna be doing today, man. So first thing, AMD cards, man. I used to not be a fan of AMD at all. I would always talk bad about kapow, prog-pow, too much power. That is actually not true. As long as you're on AMD, dude, these things run anywhere from like 50 to 60 watts. My 6600 XTs, now my 5700 XTs do use a lot more wattage, anywhere from like 90 to 110 watts. But if you think about it, if you're used to like Ethereum numbers, man, that's really nothing. That's really not bad at all. So not bad. And then I have the 6700 XT, which we just got from Travelers Traveler. So I really want to focus a lot more on my AMD cards because it's something I just don't have. You know, I've been considering getting more of those. I don't know if I actually will, but definitely, dude, like some of the best coins in 2022 and 2023, like as far as performance and making a bunch of money, have been kapow. And you really can't neglect that. There's so many people that are like, oh, it's kapow, I don't want it. Well, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, like you gotta at least consider it because yeah, maybe you're paying a little bit more on power, but then you're getting a 5x, a 10x, a 20x, and you're not seeing that from a lot of these other coins. So as far as the NVIDIA cards, still got them all on for the most part. I really like these. They're all focused on the lithium at the moment. I still think that they're gonna get an ASIC. I have a reliable source that said that Bitmain is considering it. That does not mean it will happen, but they are considering it. And if and when that happens, man, it might be another Caspa situation or nothing could work out, but I wanna find out. Either way, I really like a lithium. So I'm really focused on those in general, man. Now, one thing that I've done, and I think I did tell you guys already, I got rid of all my GDR6X, all the 3080s, all the 3090s, and now we're just 3070 and below. And the 3070 Ti's we got rid of and stuff, which has been really good, man. It's brought the price down so much as far as my electric bill. Of course, it brought the hash rate down, but the heat is so much easier to manage. Dude, the 4000 series I have inside, just a couple of them. Oh, I wish I would have got more, but it is what it is, man. As far as like temperatures, amazing. The ASICs, right? We got to keep focusing on our Caspa ASICs. Am I gonna buy more ASICs? Honestly, at this point, unless I can find stuff cheap, probably not. I feel like we're a little bit too late to the game to start buying January and February batch. That being said though, if you do want to pick some up, you can get pretty much any of these ASICs at Crypto Miner Bros. Use code DJMINES for $50 off. Now my KS3 here, this sucker still with overclock probably making 90 to 100 bucks a day. If you don't overclock it, I think it's probably 75 to 80 bucks. Still moving strong, loving this thing. And I think it's gonna be the last one to go out of style. So I don't think the KS3, for any reason, I will sell. I'll definitely keep that throughout the bull run. Now over here for the KS2, am I gonna keep this baby? I probably will, right? So how I'm kind of seeing this, it's kind of obvious. KS0 is gonna become obsolete. KS0 Plus will be next, then KS1, then KS2, then KS3, M maybe, and then KS3, right? If and when, maybe none of these will go extinct. I have no idea, right? But if they do, I'm pretty sure it'll go from KS0 all the way to KS3. But that being said, right, when I bought this KS3, it was about 16,600 bucks. I think it's making us thousands of dollars every month, but it's not really profit because I'm also deep into the hole. The whole operation at the making of this video with overclocks is making anywhere from $145 to $150 per day. So I think that comes to around $4,000. Hopefully I'm showing you that right now on the stream. Anywhere to $4,000 to $5,000 every month. So we're paying off these machines quick. I've already paid off my first KS2, which I got from T-Swift. Shout out to T-Swift. But now we're trying to pay off the next KS2 and then ultimately the KS3, which is coming quick, right? I just need maybe 3 or 4 months, hopefully. But then again, Caspa all of a sudden could just moon, right? If Caspa moons real quick, then bam, all these things will pay off in half the time. That being said though, as far as the actual machine, what do I do with it? My goal is to hang on, man. We're hauling hardware. It might end up hurting us in the long run, but at the same time, I really do believe in Caspa. I'm just not sure about the actual machine side, how that'll work out. Let me know what you think is gonna happen with the Caspa machines, not the project. All right, so coming out to my workbench, I'm really happy about this. It's not perfect. I mean, you can see some random stuff laying around, but I've really cleaned this area up and we're down to 2 octo miners right now that do not have GPUs in them. I'm okay with that. The reason is because one of them I would just fill up with like 1070, 1080, really doo-doo cards that I'm not interested in. My electric rate is so high. It just came in at 15 cents last month, so it went down a little bit. Month prior was 20, month before that was like 19, right? So you can see every month it goes up and down and up, but it never really goes super low. So I don't really care about getting the inefficient stuff on there at all. Like I said, I'm pretty much rocking 3060 Ti, 3070s, 6600 XTs. The 5700 XTs are currently off just because the ASICs are taking up too much power, but that's something I want to film and I want to work on is my shed more, which I do have power in. If it comes to that, right? And I feel like, hey man, this is a good opportunity, and maybe if YouTube picks up and I start making more money, I'll be able to also afford the shed. But I think right now, dude, the electric bill is hurting, right? And so if I start doing the shed too, I mean, I might be pushing $3,000 a month in power, which I just simply couldn't afford at that level. Now, something that's helping me stay afloat, to be honest with you, are these D-pin projects, things like DIMO. I mean, I just got to pay out for, I think it was $73 for the week. That's 4 times a week. You know, sometimes it's $100, sometimes it's only $50, but anywhere in between there, hundreds of dollars just for these little machines that use 0 watts. And then I'm using that money, and what I'll do is I'll send that to the hosting facility, right? I'll be like, I'll put all that into Litecoin or Matic or whatever it is, and then I'll send it to the hosting facility. So it doesn't come out of my pocket, right? Because you guys know what I'm talking about here. If you work a full-time job and you try not to sell anything to cover power like I do, I never sell any of my GPU coins. I never sell any of Casper or like the ASIC stuff. I never sell my Bitcoin, right? So I have to take that electric bill just like many of you, and I have to eat it. And how I've been eating it is things like Hivemapper, right? Like Hivemapper's been doing fantastic. I got the Helium mobile going. I got my God.net or God.net outside. Just got my first payout on that. That was $5.50 for a little bit less than 24 hours, and that's pretty good, right? Seems like I'll make my money back in about 4 months. What I plan on doing is hodling some of the coin, but then using those to pay for like the GPU stuff and for the ASIC hosting. That way it alleviates it right off my back, and I could just focus on this house. And D-pin projects have been fantastic, dude. The machines, like I said, usually anywhere from like $250 to $300. The only expensive one was God.net, but it's also making a lot more money. So I don't know. I really want to keep doing that. I've been considering buying like 10 DIMOs, or you know, I just bought another 3 Hivemappers, and I just want to keep buying these D-pin projects to cover my GPU mining stuff, just to keep me afloat, because I really believe in GPU mining. I know it seems crazy. I believe in crypto. I believe in these ASICs. I believe in all this, but at the same time, I got to keep getting more. And the only way to get more is to have some more money, right? Okay, so something else I want to work on, and I'm really proud to announce, I brought in a 3070 rig for the Win3, EVGA for the Win3. Man, shout out to EVGA, or really not shout out to them because they left us, but I understand why. That's not what this video is about. I want to be more relatable for new people, right? If you're thinking about 2024, what is going to happen? There's a bunch of things. The Bitcoin halving. There's going to be more money. When more money comes, more Timmies come. More new people come that aren't Timmies, right? And I want to be able to relate to them in some of the videos, you know? I think that's some of the best content out there. I remember when I was new, was watching open air frames, and what better than this? This is the GPU Risers Omega frame. It's like extra large. It's fantastic, dude. But you know, something like this, man. Remember how exciting it was when GPUs were like white, or the frames turned white, if you guys remember. That was awesome times, man. And I think those times are coming back. And I want to be able to show people stuff like that, relate to them. Because if I show them a bunch of Octominers, I mean, not everybody can run an Octominer. I know how that is, right? It was very difficult for me to get my first Octominer because of the sound. I'm thinking like, what is my wife going to say? What are the neighbors going to say? There was a lot to think about, but the open air frame, straightforward, you know, quiet, relatable, and it looks cool, right? So let me know if you think that's a good idea. I think we should really focus on a lot of newer content as well, because there's going to be so many people. You think there's a lot of people right now? There's going to be 10, 20, 50 times more people coming in just trying to learn. Another rig, man. This is my original test rig that I bought, 6700 XT. Got this from Travel's Traveler. Currently, it's not online because I used a USB. Never use a USB, man. This lasted like a good year or two. It was cool. They become slow and useless, but I want to show people this, you know what I mean? And I'm going to put the lights on and the RGB, and you know, not on a large scale. I'm definitely keeping my Octominers because nothing's better than the Octominer. But at the same time, when we're testing stuff, when we're doing live streams and people come in, they're gonna be like, oh dude, what's that? What's that frame? Or hey DJ, what's that CPU fan? Oh dude, that's so cool. How'd you get this cable? Like, how'd you get the veteran miner cable? Or whatever it is, right? Like, you'll be able to show them and talk about it. And what do you think, man? Do you guys agree with that? Like, Octominers just don't have that soul, and it's not gonna really have that, you know, you kind of just walk by and you're like, there's my Octominers. I got 5 of them. cool. Can't see the GPUs and stuff. Kind of soulless in a way. Another goal of mine, and I'm gonna finally do it. We're gonna get our VM machine on. Red Panda Mining suggested this one. I'll put a link in the description below for this as well. And yeah, finally, I'm gonna protect myself. I got the router that already came in. I was just waiting on the little PC. Originally, I was gonna make this big PC tower, but it was taking up so much space, dude. Why? Why do I want to build this big tower? Why can't I just build this super quick, easy, hide it, and I can download some sketchy wallets? Should you download sketchy wallets? Probably not, unless you're protected. And the reason is what I'm thinking, right? I've been thinking about it now. This is super high risk here, but what's the next big coin? Is there even gonna be a next big coin in 2024 going in 2025? But what if that next big coin hasn't even come out yet, right? And I won't be able to spec mine it. A lot of these wallets, dude, like you never want to have your wallet on your desktop. I learned that lesson the hard way. Lost all my crypto in 2022. Not what this video is about, right? I learned a lot of these lessons the hard way, and I gotta fix that. I gotta be able to teach that. I gotta be able to, you know, as, I hate to say it, influencer or YouTuber or whatever, the guy with the camera and the microphone, I gotta be able to say, hey, protect yourself, but I also gotta be protecting myself, right? I gotta do a better job at that. Another project I wanna do for 2024 is a Vast AI rig or a Flux of proof of useful work, Flux Core, I think it's called, whatever it is, right? I wanna get a rig on that. Why did I get this? This is a 12900K. This is DDR5, and this is a Z790. So really good stuff. I got this because my boy Rondi, shout out to my boy Rondi and Brian Hollywood. They were near a Micro Center. They were having a bundle. You had to buy it in store only for $500. DDR5, i9, 12900K, and Z790. Like that's a no-brainer for me. And then yeah, I'm like, dude, I already have a 4090 now, right? If I didn't have the 4090, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be too big into Vast AI, right? But now that I have a 4090, I was sitting down, I was doing the math. I said, okay, 4090 by far right now is the best GPU, right? Mining, I'm probably getting like $1.50, maybe $2. And I talked to some of my friends like Max and King and them, and Vistang from GPU Riser. Dude, their 4090, they're getting like $17 sometimes, $17, right? Now you gotta pay for the power and the fees and stuff. So let's call it 10 to $20, depending on the day, right? It really changes. And I'm like, whoa, dude, that's like the price of a KS1, maybe even a KS2 at sometimes, right? That's not a little bit of money. And do I want to get some coins mining? Yeah, sure, but we're talking about a 5 to 10x on profitability. Now this is a big different story, right? If I had a 3070, it is what it is. Even a 3080, I mean, it's not that big deal, but a 4090, dude, people are just paying like this. And I was like, oh, dude, don't I need the best Ryzen? Don't I need the best Threadripper? They're like, dude, just put it on. It's a 4090. People will rent it. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. And also get involved with Flux at the end of the day if Vast AI doesn't work. So that's a huge project I want to get in. This whole area, I'm really proud of, right? I remember putting up these banners. Shout out to my boy Chump Change, Hawk, Hobbyist, Max. I got some other ones on the other side of some banners. And I think this area looks really cool. I could improve it, right? I need to clean it up. These are just the GPUs that I'm not mining with. This is the 40 series stuff. But, you know, I want to start using this area again. Let me know if you think this would look cool on videos. It's like kind of cool and nerdy and dark themed. I like it. Our ETC MC node right here. This thing has been fantastic. Maybe it's a Ponzi. Maybe it's legit. I don't know. But I know the money has been really good. Just got another payout. It seems like every week I'm getting a payout anywhere from $80 to $100. And again, I'm using that in addition to like the D pins. I'm using that to pay for my GPU mining, for my ASIC mining, right? These little side projects that use almost no watts, honestly, have been way better than GPU mining. Again, I love my GPU mining, but it's so damn expensive. Another 2024 goal is showing all of this off, right? Is it the coolest collection? No, I'm sure there's a lot of people with better collection, but I think it's pretty awesome to see. I remember when I was new watching Red Panda mining videos in his barn, and he had so many graphics cards. Remember how many graphics cards he would have, like tables and tables and boxes, and Red Fox would have like boxes and stuff. And I was like, that's so cool, right? I want to be able to make some easier content for people, more digestible content for people, not too rookie, still throw it in, right? But to focus more on the GPUs, definitely, and be able to show cool stuff like this and have this in the background. And, you know, and I keep these in my live streams, but that's something I want to focus more on, right? It's not just talking about the higher level stuff, but also showing you the cool stuff. Like, let me know what you guys think of these, man. I need to organize it a little bit better, but it's kind of cool to look at a bunch of GPUs, don't you think? All right, so I'm not saying that the very first video that I'm gonna do is gonna be, you know, like an entry level thing. That's not what I'm saying. But I definitely think once the Bitcoin halving happens, that is when the bull run comes. And things like this are really cool. I remember when I first got this, dude. This was so hard to get. You could get this no problem, probably still even right now when you're watching this video, but getting matching cards and 2021's bull run was like next to impossible, bro. And we managed to get 8 of these 3060 Ti, all matching EVGA XC, and I got a random 3070. And I was really proud of this rig, but it's open air frame. I actually have probably 4 or 5 more of these online throughout my house, but they're warming my house, right? During the winter time is the best time to have these rigs on. But this is kind of cool to see, right? And I want to talk about more stuff like this. Maybe I'm thinking, because I have a bar over there, I have like a bunch of space. This is a really big basement. Maybe I'll set up like one room, or I already have one room, kind of, but maybe set up more rooms just for GPUs and have them all running in the background. I think it'd be a cool background, but I don't know. Let me know if that'd be something cool to see. So starting the new year off, like I said, the goals are kind of out there. I do think that they may change, they may adapt. I'm not like super set in stone of I have to do this, but that's something I want to do for sure. Bottom line, guys, we got to get this money. I want all of you to get this money. Please just focus on it. Don't think it's too late, because at the end of the day, when 2025 comes, you're going to look back at 2024's hash rate and say, damn, I wish I had that, right? I wish. Please don't be that guy that says I wish, right? For me, I'm not taking profits, man. Nothing. I don't care. There is no profit besides like the D-pin projects, right? That's simply, again, like I said, because I got to get the money, dude. I got to pay the rigs and stuff off. But at the same time, like as far as the actual GPU coins, the ASIC coins, it is off the table. I have no interest in selling any of it. Will that hurt me? It could potentially, right? Some of these coins could rally, right? And then maybe they'll go back down and not ever see their highs again in 2025. I'm willing to take that risk. I'm all about the hodl. That's the only thing I'm interested in. I may do a couple trades here and there, but as far as like the mining stuff, everything that we mine, bro, is only hodl, diamond hands. That's what I'm all about on this channel. I know some people may or may not like that. Totally understandable, right? If you want to take smaller wins and keep going for smaller wins, keep flipping it into something new, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, for me, I don't try to guess the market. I don't try to figure out like what's the next thing. I just try to get everything I can, hold it, I'll wait until the bull run, and then we'll sell. And I'll figure out, like I said, I think personally it's a great strategy. Mine and hold, buy and hold. I love you guys. Please like this video, consider subscribing. We're trying to hit 14,000 subs. Let me know how many subs are at right now, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. DJ Mines signing out.